Chapter 901. JINBEI joins the motherfucking Straw Hats. Probably. I'm like 99% sure.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Podcast. Yes, that's what the show is that you're listening to right now. Nothing else.
Last time you called it the PCP.
I would never. That's no, unacceptable.
That was a very funny mistake.
That was very fucking funny. But who is that? That's Hypocrite. Hello.
Hello, it's me, Hypocrite. I critique hippos for a living. It's not very lucrative.
I'm the best guy ever. Yeah, that's it. Money just comes to me. Here we are, everybody. Chapter 901. Don't die, even if it kills ya.
According to Japanese books, it says, even if you die, don't die.
Which of those do you like better?
I kind of like the Japanese books, just because it's
No,
sort of
that
silly.
One's gay.
It's sort of like it's so silly it feels deliberately silly, and therefore is not a bad translation. But I don't know what it actually means in Japan.
What was it again? Even
if you die, don't die.
I feel like that's almost there's like a meme that's been going around for years now of Shiro from Fate Stay Night and stuff, who says, like, people die when they are killed. And then just, like, I feel like that was the origin point. There's all these memes about, like, I'll kill you until you die. Don't die even if you live. You know, just, like, all this...
Do you think,
I don't know.
Like, there's two meanings of die? Like, die as in, like, people forget about you, and die as in, like, you lose your life? And then in Japanese, they're the same word or something strange like that?
We could confirm this if we read it in Japanese, probably, but, like, I don't actually think that's the case, that there's two different words.
Then why
I just
do they
think
do
that Japan accepts this retarded, like, phrase that doesn't make any sense. It's just, like, they're just more culturally accepting of it for some reason.
I'm trying to think
that's my hypothesis.
I'm trying to think of, like, an equivalent of a way we say, like, yeah, people die when they are killed. You know,
I mean,
that's fine.
Any, like, colloquialism maybe might work, just something that doesn't actually make sense literally, but we just, like, accept. I can't think of anything.
Nah. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Maybe I'll think of something later. So here we go. Cover page. Let's get down to it. We're checking in on the final member of the new Giant Warrior Pirates crew. Yeah, this is the fifth one. It's the ship Dr. Gertz. We've seen her before.
Big lady.
This is... Okay, see, I didn't know who this was. I had suspicions about who it might be. This is the grown-up little lolly giant that we saw in the Big Mom flashback. This is her. She grew up with Big Mom, this big old giant bitch with her big old axe and her sexy-ass legs.
If you know what I mean.
She is incredibly thick and could definitely fit me inside her vagina entirely, and I look forward to doing so soon. Yeah, she's sexy. I love her. I love her giant axe. I love her badass appearance. I a little bit miss her like cutesy old like folky bandana she used to wear when she was a little kid, but you gotta grow up.
I forget what she.
You got to be a sex demon eventually. So here we go.
I mean, she's cool. It's mostly the clothes, though. She is just every other female body type.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. That for example, Koala. Koala was a cool character who we met in the Fisher Tiger flashback. She was a human, lived amongst, she had been a slave with the Tenryubito. The Fishman saved her, Fisher Tiger saved her, and she gets brought back. And, like, when she was a kid, she had a very distinct, weird design. And she had, like, no chin, literally. And you couldn't really tell if she was a girl or a boy at first. It doesn't matter. She had an interesting design. Now that she's older, and it's been, like, 10 years or whatever, and she's, like, an adult, she basically just looks like a particularly attractive, just like average sexy girl. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the story about her as being like a fishman karate instructor. That's fantastic. But like her appearance, like there is something charming has been lost, and now we just get like blank template sexy girl for her, basically. And I know Oda loves that and is happy to do it, so I can't complain too much because it's just his style. But like, and with this girl too, I liked her more when she was a little girl who had kind of her own thing going. And now, I mean, what is the difference between like this design and like any of the Amazon Lily girls? Like, is there like any difference here?
It's one of those things where you need to see them next to someone to be like, oh yeah, she's a giant.
That would, just her being so huge and just being a giant girl standing next to, we've seen other giant women before. There was one in Marineford. I mean, and of course,
she's also kind of.
That's true. That's true. And I really like just the Viking style of all the giants. I think the Viking fashion is sick.
Where's her beard? She needs a beard.
Where's her goddamn beard? Oh,
By
man.
the way, I forgot what koala looked like, so I googled her, and I'm very confused.
Why?
I linked an image. This is what I found.
Oh, what could it be? It's it's a literal koala. Oh, well, she has eaten the koala fruit, of course. So this makes perfect. That's
how did that turn into
accurate.
a normal One Piece woman? Maybe all animals turn into that shape.
I hope so. Okay, well, that's it. So this is the final member of the big pirates crew. Turns out that the little girl
pirates.
from the big pirates crew. Yeah, that's what they're called. They're just the big pirates. They're big, which is accurate. Yeah, so we've met them all now. I'm sure they will be relevant during Elbaf and possibly in other places. So look forward to seeing them. And we already know Hajruddin. Oh yeah, Hajruddin already said that like he is a loyal like vassal of Luffy now. He's like in the thing. So these guys are basically already Luffy's crew members, more or less, or his allies.
They're going to be meeting up on the way to Elbaf in some fashion, I'm sure.
No doubt about it. So he'll have some good allies going in. But all right, let's. And she by the way, she is the ship doctor of note. She is a doctor.
Yeah, she has the axe to what do you call it? To cut off.
She's gonna like scalpel, like delicate procedures.
Yes.
Well,
amputate,
giants are very tough. Oh, say that again.
Amputate.
Oh,
is
amputate. She does a lot of amputating. Yes, every day. All right, let's get to it. Here we go. Chapter proper. Now, chapter proper. So when we last were with our heroes, they just all died. They all died, as I recall, which was extremely clear. There was no ambiguity whatsoever.
Well, there was ambiguity.
No. That's not true. It was 100% confirmed by Oda himself. Okay, I'm lying. We didn't know what happened. Since we've both read this already, I said before that, like, I hate this kind of stuff because it just wastes my time, and I know that the ship is fine. I know it for a fact. This is a complete waste of time. This is a momentary distraction so that I'll think for the next 2 weeks. Like, oh my god, what happened to the Sunny? Even though I know for a fact it will be fine and no one important will have died here. It was just done to, like, bait us for I guess just the most naive readers on the planet who think that something bad might have actually happened. And let's find out what happened. Let's just keep that in mind. That's where we've been the last 2 weeks. And here we go. Here we go.
All right, so it's Big Mom. She's now big once again. She ate the whole thing.
True.
And she regained her thickness.
I forgot she was skinny for a while. Yeah.
And she's loving it.
She's high as fuck, dude. Oh, fuck. The secret ingredient in the cake.
I mean, it does give you the munchies.
It gives you there you go. There you go.
So she ate the cake. That's
she's just conked out. She's out of the picture for the moment. Yeah.
And then we go straight back.
By the way, I do want to say I like Prospero just walking up and being like, "All right, I guess you're technically the captain. I'll give you a recap, even though you're unconscious and don't give a fuck." That was funny. I like that. Oh, also Prospero gets to live now. Up to this very moment, he might have died if the cake didn't come through, because she made it explicitly clear, I will kill you if I don't get this goddamn wedding cake. But she did, so hooray. He'll live.
Good. Also, I just realized the hat has also got the heart eyes. So I guess the hat can, like, feel her emotions because it's on her head. Well,
if you recall last chapter, there was sort of like a thing that seemed to be happening where it looked like all the homies like were reacting to just how much ecstasy she was in, like all across the land.
Yeah, I guess it's all,
I think it's something like that. Yeah, something to do with that. Although, I mean, if you look right here, we can see Prometheus, who doesn't seem to be like overly inundated with love or whatever. Well, her and Napoleon have a special bond, closer than everybody else.
I think
they're buds.
Prometheus and what was the other one? Zeus, yeah. I think they're like different because they were made by the what's her face, Mother Caramel. Before.
Are you sure that's true?
I mean,
well,
I don't think
so.
True. I'm just like thinking maybe they're. Like,
here's how I know that's not true, because Mother Caramel named her son thing Pandora, whereas this thing is named Prometheus. So they are two different boys.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Doesn't matter though. It's just a visual.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Back to the ship that has been blown up, and then
there's the Sunny, man. There's the wreckage. It's dead. It's over. Well, I enjoyed One Piece. I can't wait for the Adventures of Katakuri. That's gonna be fun. Luffy too.
So they say, huh, what? That's
There's an interesting thing to point out here that a lot of people have been saying on this page.
That guy. The guy.
Moscato. Moscato, who was definitely dead at the beginning of the arc. What a shocker. A character who everyone thought was dead is actually alive. I have never seen that before. I'm sure this will be the last time that happens.
I'm sure
Roasted.
as well.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That guy... It was kind of cool that he died, because we were talking about that, how Big Mom is so evil and she killed her own son for some stupid reason, but he's fine. It's just sort of like lessens that a bit for no reason.
You know, frankly, I actually would give the criticism here mostly to sort of uncritical One Piece readers, because yes, she did, well, you know, not to say uncritical, it's just that, yes, we definitely saw Big Mom remove a bunch of this guy's soul. So this guy probably lost like 80, 90, 100 years of his life, because like humans in One Piece live to be like 140 or whatever. So he got, that happened. He lost a lot of it, and he passed out. But we didn't see him like, because the nature of Big Mom's powers is so mysterious, we didn't know that he was dead for sure. And as we went through the arc, we learned that like Pedro had like a massive chunk of his life removed, and he's still alive. So it
was just displayed as like, this is how evil Big Mom is. She would do this to her own child. And
well, hey,
it's not implied that he's okay at all. We don't see him at all until right now, and it's like that's a good like evil thing for Big Mom to have done. But
I feel you on that, though. I would argue still that, I mean, yeah, she didn't kill him, but removing like, I don't know, 50 years of your son's life is a pretty evil thing to do. You know, no matter what.
I don't know whether it's been like made explicitly clear. When you get rid of someone's life, do they age faster or do they just die younger?
I definitely believe they just die younger, because look at Pedro. He didn't look very old, and he's like on death's door.
Well, he's a cat, and he's in black and white.
Well, look at Moscato. I mean, he looks pretty young too. We don't know the numbers here. I think I would guess that you don't age, but I guess we don't know for sure. Have we seen anyone die from this? I guess. Well, Pedro would have been the guy, I guess. I don't know. Open for speculation, I suppose, but I think that you don't age.
Anyway.
But what's this? Could there be a revelation?
Straw Hat's ship pool. They did the Naruto switch jutsu with the log. And it's the Sun Pirates.
I'm nutting from the sheer force of the misplaced expectations. I thought One Piece was over. Well, what? What do you know, everybody? It was Well, I'm laughing. I'm a laughy guy.
I'm laughing about it, bro.
Well, what do you know, guys? Gib, what do you know? It wasn't the fucking ship. And you know, I remember when we talked about last chapter, like a ship had blown up like before the Straw Hats got blown up, and I had said like, oh, that must have been like the Sun Pirate ship, because we know that was around. But so no, that was just another ship.
I think it may have been a Gurma ship. Like, I don't know.
Maybe, or a torch ship or whatever. One of those. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was definitely a blast from the Big Mom ship, because that was like the big cannon explosion that they had. Yeah.
I mean, okay, so let's take a moment and analyze this. So we're looking in here, and we can see that Wadatsumi had done an old switcheroo. Like, there had been a discussion here. They're like, okay, Wadatsumi, here's what you do. For some reason, it's a good idea for you to not just take the ship away, but put our ship there in its place. Like, why was that necessary? Why not just remove the Straw Hat ship, as opposed to putting this legendary ship pirated by the Sun Pirates, including the God King himself, Fisher Tiger? I don't understand. I guess it was to do a misdirection, I guess was the idea.
I guess the plan was to misdirect them for long enough so that they could escape. Is the only reason, but they immediately everyone notices, oh, that's not the ship, so it was a stupid
bought them
plan.
no time. Well, Gib, now you know me, I would never criticize One Piece for any reason, but let me just throw an idea out at you. It is it's a possibility, that's all I'm saying. It's possible that this stupid thing happened in the story as a way to bait people into thinking something important had happened, as a way to keep us waiting for weeks on this break when actually nothing important had happened whatsoever, and it was a huge waste of everyone's time. Now, is that possible? Could that be possible?
Yes.
Well,
it could be.
Maybe.
This is one of those times where it's like it's hard to defend. Even
I'm just annoyed. Yeah.
It's just sort of, yeah, like out of the context of this being like a shonen weekly, you gotta cliffhanger endings. Like they have cliffhanger endings here and there, but like they're cliffhangers that have like, you know, they're actually made of cliffs. Like this is a joke. This is a trick hanger. Like he did a switcheroo, but it doesn't impact the story at all. So it's basically as if he didn't do a switcheroo.
That's exactly what it is.
The showing of the destroyed ship was just to trick us, and not to trick the big
exactly
non-pirates.
What it is. But it's not like there was no cost to this. I would like we need to say a fucking prayer for the coolest, most retarded designed ship of all time, the fucking Sun Pirates' stupid ass fish-headed ship with its terrible, terrible thing that I've grown to love as the most stupid-looking ship of all time. Wait, hang on.
You Googling it?
I'm playing one out. I'm playing a Rest in Peace song for my boys. There he goes. Fisher Tiger ship. Rest in peace.
I'm
Rest in
it.
fucking peace.
What does
All
it
right,
look
that's
like?
enough.
He looked funny.
It was funny. I liked him. He was dumb. It always was silly to me that the cool Sun Pirates, who were like literally slaves, chose this ship of all ships with the stupid fish face on the front. But you know, I've grown endeared to it over the years. There's been a lot of history with this ship, and why was it destroyed? Why did we sacrifice Fisher Tiger's, you know, ship, his legendary ship that he commanded this legendary crew with?
To make the whole situation more dramatic.
To make false drama. False, bait, stupid drama that in the narrative accomplished nothing. And just was like basically baiting us out to be like, oh my god, what the hell happened? I'm so spooked about the Straw Hats being dangerous. I never for 1 second thought that anything bad had happened to them. Complete failure. Just,
you know,
and everyone was speculating about,
like?
was it a dream sequence? Was it a dream sequence? I'm sorry, go on.
He looks like one of those, like, squeeze me, and then a bubble pops out of my mouth fish squidgy toys. That I have one of those things. It's like,
yeah.
It's got
Wouldn't
that
it been
blank
great?
expression. That would have been cool.
It would have been cool if, like, when the cannonball hit it, instead of it breaking, it, like, squished inward and that bubble popped out of its mouth, and then it, like, went back in and it ricocheted the cannonball way back out
Just like
at the Big Mom ship.
Exactly. As he says.
Hey, you know, here's a thought.
Yeah.
If you can feed devil fruits to inanimate objects, here's a thought. Why not feed a ship with the devil fruit and give it, let's say, the gum fruit? If you kill Luffy, then you can have a rubber ship. That'd be cool.
But sir,
Yes.
the ship has to be in water, sir.
Oh,
Seawater.
no.
It would immediately feel really seasick.
Shit. I forgot about that. Okay, fair point. Okay, you know, I don't want to harp too much on it. Like, it was dumb. It was clickbaity. It's sad that this cool ship died, because I actually do like it. And it was a complete waste of time.
I mean,
that's
basically,
it.
I kind of don't mind it because what I said came true, basically.
That it was like another ship in its place?
No, that Wadatsumi would be the one to take the One Piece ship to
safety. That's true. That's very true. But I mean, that could have happened regardless of destroying the ship or not.
I know, but I was proven right in some small way, and it makes me feel validated as a human being.
Oh, fair enough. It's just like, he does it, 1 second later, they're like, there he is under the water, let's get him. So, like, nothing good happened here.
It's basically just, I mean, I
like,
guess
for anyone,
been...
for anyone who wants to defend this, just think about the fact that, like, there's a ship there, they point their cannons at it, and they fire, and, like, you might think as a reader that, like, if Wadatsumi hadn't put that ship there, they would have shot at the Straw Hat ship. But no, because he had already grabbed the Straw Hat ship and was underwater with it. He just put his ship there to maybe be, like, another 10 seconds of deflection while they blow that up and wait for the wreckage to clear. I mean, maybe they gained a little bit of, like, leeway as they, like, wait for the to be, like, apparent that wasn't the Straw Hat ship.
I mean, I
don't know.
I think it's just they you know, the reason is that it buys them a bit of time. It's just a really weak reason that is very see-through, and you're like, I know what you're fucking doing.
That's correct. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, I don't even think it's like a literal 0 out of 10 reason. I would just call it like a 2 out of 10 reason or something along those lines. You know, it was weak. It was dumb, drama baiting stuff, and it never for one moment convinced me that anything serious had happened.
I mean, I like the idea that the Big Mom pirates are like continually still in control of the situation. Like you know, they're not just going to get away. It's not as simple as just grab the ship and swim away. Oven does his like hot seat thing with the tentacles of heat, and it goes really, really far, and it goes straight through Waratsumi's fucking stomach,
which I love.
Which is really cool, and it's like
it's super dope. I love that.
Oven is continually being really cool, and it's like this is not these guys are not pushovers.
No, they are not. No, they are not.
They didn't really need to destroy the ship.
It comes down to a very simple thing, and like again, I've had my disagree. I know people disagree with me on this, but like I would argue that there's a lot of great ideas in this whole arc, and of course in this whole manga. But I make specific writing critiques. Like I think in this case, it was not the most rewarding writing for us to handle this particular situation in this particular way. Or like with Katakuri. Like, I just think there's a little things that could have been tweaked to better convey the ideas that so many people love about that fight. Yeah. And I'm not going to relitigate it. I'm just saying that's the idea I'm trying to get at here.
Would you say, playing a devil's advocate, would you say that part of the One Piece stuff is doing things that, like, little kids would be, like, shocked by? Because
Can you give an example?
It is for young people. Well, like this. Like, kids would read it and be like, oh no! But, like, they don't know stories. They don't know how things usually turn out.
You know, that is a fair thing to bring up, because One Piece really is written for the young male adult audience. Like, it's true. It's fair to consider that, like, One Piece has a huge older audience of people up to, like, 40 who read it, like, every single time. You know, like us, or, you know, in our 20s and late 20s in my case.
If I was a teenager and I had only read One Piece, and I was reading it for the first time and I was getting to this part, things like this, you know, the damage to the ship had not been this bad since Enies Lobby, and that's when Going Merry died. So it's like...
I love that. I love all the damage to the ship so far, but go on.
But like all the damage to the ship is like, wow. And
it makes this arc feel real and dangerous.
It's like, could this be the time where they need to get a third ship? Because you don't know whether they're not going to get a third ship. So, I can imagine it being effective.
Dude. I remember fucking Enies Lobby, and I remember all the build-up in Water 7 at the end, when they talk about how this is the ship that will make the Pirate King. Like, you can't say that shit lightly. They are riding the Sunny till the end of the fucking arc, the end of the fucking series. But, yeah, okay. It's totally fair to consider that guys like us, or I'll at least speak for myself, I need to be aware that my excessive genre savviness is not 100% replicant or like reflective of everyone's experience of reading One Piece, and this is a popular series that needs to appeal to a wide audience. So I'm aware of that. But all I will say, and I will always say this, I think you can have it both ways. You can write a story that is great for the kiddies and great for, like, the jaded assholes like me. I think it can be done, and I think it's always good to strive for that.
Well. I think the reason we like One Piece still is because it has continually done that for us as we've grown older and more cynical.
And, like, look at fucking, like, Naruto and Bleach. Like, they fail, One Piece succeeds. That's why we like One Piece and why we don't like those as much. You know, it's just that same old standard. That's what I think anyway.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's just talk a little bit about this. So I just want to say like they're chasing after Watatsumi, who's underwater. The hot sea torpedo move by Oven, I fucking love this guy. It continues to pull out these bizarre, incredibly effective, like, it's cool to reflect on the fact that One Piece really is a seafaring series every once in a while, and guys like the Fishmen have, like, unbelievable amounts of power in the sea, and this guy, Oven, specifically, his powers, and the way he's using them here with these, like, hot water, he's basically just controlling heat in water, which is obviously super conductive. It's just so cool to see things being done in the ocean, which is obviously such an important part of their lives. I don't know, man. This is just cool. I like seeing Oven do cool stuff. I continue to be impressed by the guy.
Was he like the third son after Katakuri?
I think that's actually Daifuku, who's the third son. Let me see. Charlotte Oven. I think he's the fourth son. I think they might even be twins. I might be wrong about that. He is the younger. Wait a minute. He is the younger triplet brother of Katakuri and Daifuku. What?
What?
Wait a minute. Well, okay. According to this, where was this fucking said? Maybe this is an SBS or something. But what we're learning right now is that Prospero is the eldest son, but then there were triplets: Katakuri, Daifuku, and Oven. In that order are the next 3 sons, and they were triplets. Well, damn. Where the fuck was that said?
Probably in SBS.
Probably in SBS. Well, hey, cool. Or maybe in like one of the side books that's come out. Anyway, awesome. Now we know. Does that mean we can put to bed? Have you been hearing this rumor that's going around about the fact that Oven is Kaido's son? It is. I mean, I'm just saying this. If that's true, that means that Katakuri is also his son, and he is pretty bestial, Katakuri, and that
but then
Daifuku is
just a guy with a fucking ear.
He's just a guy with really big shoulders and a genie in his belly. Hilarious. I guess
Daifuku is not as cool. He's alright.
Daifuku hasn't done as much as, like, Oven's done some pretty cool stuff. I'm not saying Oven is, like, top tier or anything. Like, Katakuri is obviously numero uno by far. And I actually really like Prospero a lot. Prospero is probably my second favorite of the sons. And I'd put Oven below that. And then Daifuku is pretty far below because he hasn't done very much of anything. He's kind of been a fuck-up and, like, been taken advantage of. Even though he is...
He needs to get in range to use his genie on any.
He needs some cool moments. Oven has had several cool moments as a character. The only thing that Daifuku
moments, Nate.
Oh, fucking Daifuku needs to rub his tummy and wish for a fucking actual good part in the story, so I can be impressed by him. Because he hasn't done anything. He's just like fucked up a bunch. I believe that he's strong, but
OP a fucking genie devil fruit would be. You summon a genie and you literally get a wish, and you just wish for it to be the pirate king.
It's just that Daifuku is very uncreative, and he just wishes that he would go attack that guy. That's all he ever wishes for. He's very slow.
That would be like a really cool actual character.
I agree.
That would be
and the genie's always like, come on, dude, I can do so much more. You gotta give me a chance. I really want to go do my best out there. He's like, no, you should probably just go swing your sword at that guy.
What, is he a crime boss? Is he a mafia man, that genie? The voice you gave him.
Oh, I don't know what that voice was implying. Well, whatever, man. Fuck off. So anyway, Watatsumi is dead. The man is burning alive, so he releases...
He spits out
spits him out.
The Sun Ego, and it smashes on the sea, but it's still afloat somehow, and it's okay. It's going. And then they're saying,
dude, do you think the vor fetishists were really like jacking their weens when they were inside Watatsumi's big old mouth? Probably.
No.
Why not? Well, I sure was. So there you go.
I
just wanted to get my vor boys in the house.
What you're into there?
All right.
So yeah, he's saying, go, guys, I was a bad guy before, but now I'm a good guy, you see.
Yep, he feels bad. He feels bad.
The cover page story, that's what happened to me, haha. And
do you remember Fishman Island? It was 1,000,000 years ago, but he was a bad boy, but now he's a good boy.
I don't even remember what he did. I remember him being around, and he was like, "Oh, what's this Kraken doing?"
He did try to punch Jinbei and Sanji a couple of times. The biggest thing was him. He just puffed up, and I remembered his arc in that fight was Jinbei and especially Sanji. Sanji taunted him as "Is this really as big as you can be?" And he's like, "I can be so big you won't even believe it." And he kept just getting bigger and bigger. Oh, the fetishes are off the charts this chapter.
This guy probably has all the porn.
This is the most looted character in all of One Piece history, Watatsumi. He appeals to every fetish. Just look at him, everybody. Excellent. Oh, I like Oven. Dude, this is why I like Oven. The next page, you've got Oven just being like, "Get the fuck out of the way, umibozu," or whatever. It's a term in Japanese that means fish or something, and he's just rah, he's just shooting hotness at this guy, and he's fucking dying, but he won't move out of the goddamn way because he wants to protect the Straw Hats. He's being a real badass right now. He's killing it.
Yeah.
Nice work.
He's got a big fucking head, and it's pretty useful.
It's true.
And so we're getting a bit of a flashback where all the fishermen are we are gonna sacrifice ourselves to save Jinbei and his boys, and that he's loyal to now. We're good friends. We're gonna fucking help. And if you don't want to help, you can go. But we're gonna die here. We're gonna stay. And we're gonna live, and we're gonna die, and we're gonna fight.
That's okay. They are literally saying that, like, well, guys, Jinbei wants to be with the Straw Hats. He's our captain, but we're gonna let him go. I'm gonna be captain now. Aladdin or Aladdin. I think it's Aladdin. Or Aladine, whatever. Yep, we're probably all gonna die. Be prepared for death. Okay, don't get me wrong. I respect what the fishmen are doing here. They want to let their captain go have, like, a new adventure with, like, his new crew. Okay, 2 questions here. And I know there's other things that happen in this chapter that we will reflect on, but let's take it one step at a time. Why are these guys so excited for Jinbei to leave them? Like, what is their motivation to be like, yay, the captain's leaving to go be with a new crew? That makes me happy.
Well, I think they touched on it earlier when he said goodbye. It was just sort of like Jinbei is so well respected, and he treats them so well, and he's such a good guy that they want, like, they're just like
they're just happy for him to be.
They're happy for whatever he wants, and they're just being real bros by helping him.
They're being real bros. It's just that, okay, so let's say you're married, you got a wife, and you're like, yeah, and you have, like, well, okay, let's put kids out of it. You got a wife, you got a whole life, you're together, and then it's like, wife, I love you so much. Listen, though, I got a new bitch, and she's better than you in every way. We've had such a good time together. Please be happy for me. I'm gonna go be with her now. Goodbye. And she's like, yay, that sounds great. I want you to have a great life. Well, don't get me wrong. Like, if you, like, don't love somebody anymore, I'm not saying it makes sense to stay with them forever necessarily, but, like, the way they're so excited for him to go away, I just don't get it.
I don't think they're excited for him to go away. I think they've accepted that he's going away, and this is a different sort of excitement.
Okay, but here's my question.
To help him.
Why? Why is he even going away? Like, what is it about the Fishman pirates that he, like, doesn't want to be with them anymore? Isn't he their captain? Like, what changed?
I think he just I guess there's like some sort of reason that Jinbei
that we'll never know.
There's some sort of reason that a captain of a crew can't also be part of another crew, except that
be
doesn't
a
make
fucking
sense,
ally of the Straw Hats.
Ally of the. I don't know.
See, it's weird, right? Like, what was the separation point where he was like, I no longer want to be in the Fishman
I'll
crew?
have to reread it, because I don't remember what
Please
Jinbei
comment,
says.
people. Please comment because this is something that I want to know about. I might be forgetting something here, but I really don't feel like this was ever explained.
I feel like it's just like Jinbei is like, Luffy's the boy for me.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just like, yeah, Luffy's my new guy.
I want to join his crew, but I can't leave you guys. And then they're like, don't worry, bro. We can do it. And then he's
like people are going to take me out of context here. People are going to assume that I just hate Jinbei, which I don't actually hate Jinbei. And they're going to say, like, okay, Nate, Mr. Best Boy, but of course you must remember, like, all that stuff during Fishman Island where, like, Luffy offered Jinbei to join the crew, and Jinbei's like, I can't. I have to go fulfill my duties to my, like, with the whole, I have to deal with them being, like, under the Big Mom pirates. And, like, and people will say, like, oh, well, now that's been dealt with, so now he can be free, and he can join the Straw Hats. But the question remains, why would he want to leave the Fishmen crew that he's been with for decades? What is the motivation to leave them and join the Straw?
Here's an idea.
Just to say, and don't get me wrong, I get all the positives of joining the Straw Hats. I just don't understand why he'll choose to leave this one. But okay, go on.
I think the idea is that he and his crew. I mean, Aladdin was like married to
Praline, yeah.
And it's like they were linked to this Big Mom crew. They couldn't leave. And Jinbei was just being the captain under her, just so that his friends, his fisherman boys, if they defected, they would be killed. So it's like Luffy was the one who allowed them to be free from, a different kind of servitude than the one they had been in a long time ago. So it's like,
okay,
he just wants them to be free.
Didn't Jinbei do that,
necessarily
though?
Like Jinbei, does Jinbei want to be a pirate captain, or is he just doing it because no one was around and Fisher Tiger died, and he took up the mantle, and
now we're getting somewhere. That is a great point. The fact that he was in his mind, he probably doesn't think of himself as like captain. He probably thinks of himself as like, yeah, man, I just took the place of Fisher Tiger when the real boy died. I've just been filling his shoes for 40 fucking years or whatever, or 10 years or whatever.
It seems like that these people follow Jinbei despite him not wanting them to. Like, that's the sort of character I feel like Jinbei would be. He wouldn't want to be a pirate captain going for glory. He was originally a slave, and he followed a guy who he thought was like the good guy, the best guy, and he wanted to help him. And now Luffy's that new guy. And Luffy
don't get me
helped
wrong.
him free his friends from Big Mom's servitude, and he's like, no, guys, don't kill yourselves to protect the Straw Hats. That's worse. That's bad. He's like, oh, everyone, why did you come back? Like, he cares about him.
Don't get me wrong. That is a pretty good reasoning right there, and I'm actually quite warm to that idea. But I would say that, like, none of that has really come up, and we are in the realm of speculation with that, so we can't say for sure. But, and I'd also say that, Jinbei is a Shichibukai, or was until just recently, and, like, that is a role of extreme prominence on the world stage. And, to take up that position requires...
Well, it's also like a way to protect people by being allied with the world government.
Well, see,
like,
that's what I was going to say. That might have also been a burden he took for a purpose in order to free his people. So, like, I get that angle as well. So that's fair.
He's a pirate of circumstance, less so of like romance and dreaming. Like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to be a fucking pirate? He just fell into it, and he's been doing it for all this time.
Jinbei. This is actually the most interested I've ever been in the character of Jinbei. If you think right now with the stuff that you're bringing up, this is good stuff. But see, none of this deflects the criticisms I have of him joining the crew. But putting that aside, like, if you think back, like, Jinbei's first thing when he was a kid was like, he did Fishman karate as a kid, and then he was a member of just the Royal Guard of the fucking Fishman Island. So, like, he probably thinks of himself as just like, yeah, man, I'm just a fucking Royal Guard who does Fishman karate. Like, what am I doing? Leading the fucking world stage here as a leader of this pirate crew that Fisher Tiger started, or joining up with the fucking Shichibukai. I'm only in it to protect my people, man. All that is great. All that is good stuff, and I like it. And I like it a lot. And maybe that is the reason why he doesn't want to be like the front man of the Fisherman Pirates and would feel more comfortable ultimately with the Straw Hats. But I would still say, even after all that, it's still like everyone is like orienting themselves to be like, yay, Jinbei is leaving the crew and joining the Straw Hats and following his dream. They're literally going, my captain's living her dreams. My captain's living her dreams. My captain's living her dreams. That's literally what's happening with all these characters.
But, what? I think it's not about like them wanting to follow the right captain. It's like they are friends with Jinbei, and Jinbei is like treats them well. They want what is best for him, and it's not about like they don't do the pirate thing for, maybe they do the pirate thing for glory, but they know Jinbei doesn't. They know Jinbei is just doing it to protect everyone. And so if Jinbei wants to do something different, they're going to let him. They're going to be happy for him. I mean, it's not about, they're not about a crew of like, we banded together because we wanted to be pirates. We were just like, Jinbei protected us.
All I'd say is that we shouldn't forget that Jinbei has a long history we don't know very much about. When he was just a pirate, a captain, and worked under Fisher Tiger. Like, he's a through and through pirate. He's been a pirate for fucking 40, 30 years or whatever. So he's the real deal. Who the hell knows what he's been doing? And he's been a captain for something like 10 or 15 of those.
I would definitely agree that it has not been fleshed out in the manga enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This angle of Jinbei. It's been brought up a bit, but it's sort of like, I don't know, I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even really think about it until I was talking to you about it right here.
Same. This is juicy. This is good stuff. Well, damn.
Yeah.
I feel like we've really learned a lot. Well, you know what? This is all headcanons, goddammit. We don't know if any of this is what was intended or what's real. But whatever, man. It's fine. It's good. 10 out of 10. Jinbei's the best character. Thank God he's the main character. Let's move on. Let's just leave that there and move on.
All right.
Okay, next page. Jinbei's leaving. We all decided together. Hooray. Watatsumi, he finally falls down. He falls down in the water. He's done. He's all done. And then the fish boys, here they come. haha, now we're gonna fight. We're here. We're gonna defend the Straw Hats on their escape. We have decided we're throwing away our lives, doing whatever's required to help Jinbei live her dreams. And so here we are. They're facing off against each other.
They got the gigantic big mama ship with all the ships, and there's like, that's the line. Now the Straw Hats are not surrounded anymore.
Yep.
This is the chase, and you can see the Germa back there. So the Germa's fucking dead. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Oh yeah, they got all shot the fuck up. What the hell's up with them?
They got shot the fuck up, and they're all way back there. So
That's true.
I don't know how they can escape. I think they're just gonna be prisoners or something.
I mean, God, I don't fucking know. I really have no idea. I like this little panels in here.
Those characters will come back in some fashion when Big Mom re-enters the story.
I'm telling you, we have 100% not seen the end of the Germa, like, in the whole story. And I still think we could use a little, just narrative closure right now as to, like, what happens to the Germa. Maybe they will be captured, but I'll tell you right now, we're not coming back to Whole Cake Island. No. They might pop up in the future somewhere.
This is gonna be, like, Big Mom, like I was saying a while back, it's gonna be a chase from here to Wano, and it's gonna be something like they're not gonna just forget about the Straw Hats.
I humbly disagree.
Their way to Wano.
I humbly disagree only because I believe what's going to be said in the story is that like the Fishman and the Germa will have put up a good enough fight to like disable the Big Mom crew from chasing them. Because I think that's what Oda wants to do narratively. That's my thought. That's my thought.
True. Let me rethink that. I guess they wouldn't find them in Wano, but they will be like searching after them. The next time
they're certainly going to be persona non grata.
It's going to be like I finally found you, fucking Straw Hats, like at Elbaf, I guess. Would be
in the future I could definitely see that happening. Yeah, at Elbaf especially, where we know Big Mom's relevant. Yeah, that could definitely happen. Maybe fucking Shanks will show up at Elbaf. Oh fuck, why'd I even bring him up? That's a whole can of worms. Let's forget it. Forget it. But hey, do you like that little panel where on this page on the bottom right we see Jinbei, main character. We see Ship, second most important character, eternal rival of Jinbei, the two main characters, the Jinbei and the Big Mom Ship. But then there's this little one of just Praline just waving to her brother Oven, and she's like, "Hey Oven, we're back to fight you." And Oven's like, "Oh, you trickster. I've always hated you, fish bitch." And then you got the sexy butter girl underneath. She's always oiled up, dude. Always. Nice. I like her little devil horns. I love her. She's adorable. She's great.
Yeah.
And then you got Aladdin punching that guy with some fishman karate, and fucking Oven's like, "Oh no, fucking fish boy, I hate them all." And that's it. That's what's happening. But then here we go. So basically. Go ahead.
They have to remove the water. What are they talking about?
Well, okay, what's happening here is all of a sudden the Straw Hats are on the crew, and suddenly a voice starts to be saying, "Hey, here's what you need to do to prepare your ship for your fleet. You gotta bail out the water. You gotta repair the sails. You gotta steer into the wind." Wait a minute. Steer into the wind? No one in the world has that technical ability. None of us can do it. Wait, Jinbei, what are you saying? We need you to point the wheel in one direction and just not turn it at all. Wait a minute, Jinbei, what are you doing?
Think they're saying that.
No, they're not. I'm saying that. I'm making a goof. But they are clearly saying, like, Jinbei is currently giving them instructions. He's like, "Hey, you got to do these things." And they're like, "But Jinbei, why are you telling us? Why can't you just do these things yourself? You're going to be here with us, right?"
I can't do it. I can't leave my boys.
Oh, here we go. Here we go, everybody. Jinbei cannot leave. So, after all that, we'll go into this at length, but Jinbei is like, "I can't leave my men. I can't. They are literally out there dying for me to escape. I have to go back for them." And I gotta say, kudos to Jinbei. I respect this decision. I respect it a lot as a man. We'll talk about how I feel about it narratively as we go on. But then Luffy's like, "Oh yeah, we'll help you too. We'll help you too." And Jinbei's like, "Nah, boy. You gotta go. You gotta run. It's just me and my boys. We're gonna make a path through to escape, boy. Get the fuck out of here." And that's it. That's it. So Jinbei is just like, "Yeah, me and my fishman boys, we are gonna stop this, and we're all gonna survive. Yeah. I will live, and I will come back."
And then
later.
Luffy says, "I am your captain now. You are under my jurisdiction, little boy. So when I say you gotta live, you better fucking live." Otherwise, I'll kill you.
And the whole fucking One Piece reading world, their little tiny boners sprang into formation because, oh my god, Luffy's being so captain-y right now. To look at him wearing that cape looking so cool. He's such a good captain when he tells someone to do something that doesn't require any managerial efficiency or effectiveness or knowledge at all. He's such a good commander. Guys, let's all just stop sucking Luffy's dick about what a good captain he is. I was talking about the guys in the Discord with this. Luffy is not a great captain. Let's stop kidding ourselves. He is not wise. He has no strategy. He acts on instinct, and he's the luckiest man in the world. So I like Luffy. Don't get me wrong. But let's stop pretending he's some amazing captain. Stop sucking your own fucking dick every time Luffy gives an order, because that makes you feel good in your tingly place.
The order is not the reason it's cool. It's I mean, the point of Luffy being a great captain is that he inspires people,
which he's not,
to do really cool things, and to, you know, the reason Jinbei wants to follow him is because he's a cool guy.
Luffy is 100%.
This guy's gonna be the pirate king.
Sure, Luffy is the charismatic leader, but he has no organizer. He has no plan. He's got great instincts. He has good instincts, but let's not kid ourselves. The story is written so that Luffy will succeed, despite being a retard. In the real world, the people who plan the best do the best, and Luffy is no planner. He depends on his friends to do all that for him.
I mean, part of the whole thing is that you gotta friends to do the stuff, and you're friendship is powerful. If you
of course, I agree with that.
Skills,
you gotta have of course, you gotta have strong allies.
I think the point of Luffy as a character is that it's not about being a super genius. It's about being the father figure to the sort of person who could be a king of pirates. Is super charismatic. But
by Luffy's own definition, by Luffy's own definition, what it means to be the king of pirates is simply to be the most free. That doesn't require anything other than just doing whatever the hell you want, and literally a might makes right mentality. It really is.
Okay, but I think the reason people were going all whoa is really just because it's a cool moment, and he's holding a thing like a pirate coat.
He's doing it just like Shanks. He's doing it just like Shanks, dude. Oh my god, when he covered his arm, he is Shanks right now. Oh my nut.
Yeah. It is.
I don't even disagree.
It's a visual similarity.
I just roll my eyes a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Everyone, enjoy it. Jack your ween as much as you want to about how captain-y Luffy is, because he gives commands that don't make any fucking sense and require nothing of him as a leader. But yeah, cool. Very cool. Okay, but let's just step back a second here and talk about okay, well then Jinbei says, "My gratitude, Captain." And then Luffy's like, "Don't die, even if it kills you." Wow, what a great managerial
Even if you die,
decision.
Don't die. It's the same as
same thing.
Books.
Okay, now we can actually talk about this. Okay.
What do you want to talk about?
Here's what I want to say about this thing with Jinbei. So Jinbei does indeed leave, and he's with the Fisherman Boys, and Luffy and the gang are continuing on without him. Okay. There's a couple things going on here. First of all, I hate how Jinbei has joined the crew. I hate this this whole journey of Jinbei joining the crew has been so awkward, so uncomfortable. I hate everything about it. I don't like anything about the moment-to-moment way that he's awkwardly shoved himself into the crew. And I know everyone on the Luffy, I love Jinbei. Nami's I love sucking Jinbei's cock. But look at what's happened here. It's been this awkward shuffle of Jinbei. All the criticisms I've made up to this point, this is what I'm talking about. I don't hate Jinbei as a character. We just went on a huge rant about how he's got interesting things about him as a dude. But look at this shit. It's the way he just kind of shuffles over. Jinbei is like that kid at the dance. You got a hot girl with all her friends. Jinbei shuffles over, starts mumbling to himself. The whole night he's inching closer, is mumbling, and then out of pity, the girl is God, fine. If you want to dance with me, why don't you just fucking say you want to dance with me? Stop being a pussy and fucking shuffling around here. It's there was no moment here of satisfaction where, remember when Brook joined the crew? And Luffy had specifically asked him to join, and Brook had turned him down for various reasons ahead of time. Later in the arc, Brook humbly comes to Luffy after they've won and says, "Luffy, would it be all right if I join the crew?" And Luffy's like, "Of course." There's no question about it. Yeah, and he already considered him in it, basically. But that was a moment of humbleness, for the character of Brooke and just a great feeling of friendship and like so much stuff had happened between them. This whole arc had happened. And it feels great. That's such a rewarding moment. This one with Jinbei is like, there's just all these assumptions happening about, of course Jinbei's in the crew. Of course Jinbei's in the crew. Meanwhile, you got people like me on here who have never felt that Jinbei really works as a member of the crew, and no effort is being put in here to, like, address our concerns about how he doesn't feel like a member of the crew, even so much as the bare minimum of him, like, asking to join, or Luffy asking and him accepting. We just get these assertions that he is in the crew now, completely skating over it.
The thing about the asking to be in part of the crew, Luffy asked him to join in Fishman Island, and he said no, not until we defeat Big Mom or whatever.
Which is basically what happened with Brooke.
And now that's basically sort of happened, is like the ties with Big Mom have been cut. The only reason it's kind of stilted here, or whatever word I should use, is that the ties with Big Mom were severed the moment he rebelled, and not now. Right. And now it's just sort of like,
a little
now
awkward.
It's the statement. It's the statement out loud of like, here's the canon reason, and we're saying it.
I get that.
I get your viewpoint in that way, but I don't think this is a terrible way to sort of... I mean...
Well, don't get me wrong. I understand this is a high-stakes moment. Like, Jinbei's crew is, like, being killed right now. This is sort of being done as, like, a slapdash, like... Okay, let's get him in the crew real fast. Like, yes, I'm your captain now. It's supposed to be an empowering moment of a solidarity of like, I'm your captain now, you have to come back, and we all understand that you're a member of the crew. All I'm saying is that I don't like narratively how this is being handled, and it's not addressing the concerns that I continue to have about Jinbei not feeling like a real member of the crew yet, and not winning me over. Like, again, it's like arrogance. It's like the arrogance of everyone just assumes that Jinbei is, like, in it. And with it, frankly, it's egotistical. Like, Oda is writing Jinbei consistently in an egotistical way, like everyone already should love him and assume that he's just, like, in the crew. When I understand people disagree with me, but I just don't feel that way. And it feels uncomfortable.
The ego, in that way, the ego comes from just the fact that Jinbei and Luffy have gone on multiple adventures already. And that's just like an implied, like, camaraderie. Like, they're
Why isn't fucking
friends.
Phoebe in the crew? Why isn't Law in the crew? They've been on adventures, you know? Only with Jinbei do we get this, like, I'm in the crew thing for some reason, even though the man's got another pirate crew. I don't understand. Okay. Well, okay, I think I've made myself clear. I understand there's a totally different side to this that I'm sure you feel to some degree, and a lot of other people would disagree with me on. But there's another element here that is possibly even worse, that really annoys me. And this isn't even arrogance. It's just like what I would consider a bad decision. So like right now, again, and I complimented that this is not contradictory. This all is perfectly logical. I like that Jinbei feels regret. Like I said, I feel like he should have attachment to his crew that he spent such a long time with. I like that he feels like he needs to go protect them. That is a good, captain-y, respectable thing to do. But here's the thing. Narratively, if there was ever a fucking time to try to make me as a reader to start to like Jinbei as a member of the crew, now is that time. Now that they've escaped and they can have downtime and really like start to feel like a family together. But instead, Oda has chosen to deliberately separate Jinbei from the crew, so now we're all gonna have to fucking suck our dicks for another, like, probably years until Jinbei shows back up, and I'm just gonna have to fucking eat it that, like, of course, all of these assumptions that, yeah, Jinbei's in the crew now, even though we are not going to see him for God knows how long, and we aren't going to build up any of these familial ties that I keep bringing up, and just, like, the calm moments that I love so much, or, like, the joking things, even Law. I'm starting to like more than Jinbei, because Law at least had like some funny moments when he was made fun of. Jinbei doesn't have any of this, and we're not getting any. Why? Why would you separate him from the crew now? This is the worst possible time. Now's the time to address all these issues I've had, and they're removing him. It's baffling. I don't understand what he could possibly be thinking by doing this, except the one possibility that this continues to be a fake out. And Jinbei, because again, let's not forget, people, Jinbei's about to leave. something went down between Jinbei and Big Mom, possibly. Like, if nothing happened between Jinbei and Big Mom way back then when he, like, said he was leaving, it just doesn't make any sense and it sucks. So, like, that's that criticism I would have. But if something happened, if he did get all his soul stolen, and all of this continues to be a misdirection because Jinbei knows he's got, like, 1 day left of life, and he's about to die, which is why he wants to feel like a member of the crew before fucking being willing to die to save his whole crew, because he knows he's got no life left anyway, that would be spectacular and would redeem all of this, if that happens. And I feel like there's actually a kind of decent chance. What do you think?
I think that's really interesting.
Right?
Like, the idea, bringing back that, because, like, I've heard, like, the idea that, Jinbei's gonna die and he's not actually gonna be a Wano. I kind of do want to see him, like, be with the crew and have the downtime moments, because literally...
Yep.
The biggest problem I've had with him is that we have not had a single one of those moments. Every arc he's been in has been, like, high stakes, like, we're all gonna die if we don't move right now. He's never had, like, a slow moment with them.
Even Law has had some of those.
Yeah. So, like, in terms of him not feeling like a crew member, that's the reason why.
Damn right.
It's always been a really, dangerous situation. And so, like, him not joining the crew now would be a waste of, potential. But if he does die, because of the thing he gave to Big Mom, the amount of life force he gave to Big Mom...
Yep.
And the crew dies, it would be... I mean, it would be
I'll tell you right now, I would reverse
impactful.
everything I've said about him. It would all get flipped on its head, and I would be like, this is what Oda was building to, and I love it.
And I would think that would be, like, a new level of, like... power... Like, a new power level for an evil villain to have. In
to
One
kill, like,
Piece.
a main dude, basically.
To kill a main character off-screen and then continue chasing after you, like, that would be like, Jesus Christ, Big Mom wasn't just, you know, a big fat lady who was kind of fucking silly. She is, like, a very serious force, and the Yonko are not, like, you can't just defeat a Yonko like that.
Yeah, that's right. What has been sacrificed in fighting Big Mom?
Quite
Nothing.
A lot.
Oh, sorry, say again?
That would raise the stakes quite a lot from, like, the world government or the Shichibukai or the Marineford War. That would be, like, a real step up in, like, you know, gambling life.
And I want that. I want the stakes to go up.
That would be very cool.
And then we could all suck our dicks until the end of the series and say that, like, a Straw Hat died. Like, holy shit, One Piece is hardcore now. A Straw Hat crew member died, even though it was Jinbei, who barely fucking counts. But, you know, fair enough.
I mean, there's always going to be, like, the characters that die are the ones that aren't really that important.
Yeah.
To, like, character interactions. Like, nobody has, like, a unique,
except, of course, for Brook, who died. Oh, yo! Yep.
Skull joke!
There it is.
Ghostly joke.
Indeed. He needs to expand his repertoire. We haven't heard a good skull joke in a while. I mean, that's pretty much my full thoughts on the matter. This could go one of two ways. I could continue to be really annoyed and disappointed while everyone's, like, makes fun of me about how Jinbei is a member of the crew now, and I'm just like, but I don't, it doesn't feel good, I don't like it. Or it could be, like, the best thing that's ever happened in One Piece. It's up to you, Oda. Like, take your pick. Take your pick. You've killed major characters before. Whitebeard and Ace. Man, you killed them, man. You did it. You fucking did it. Have some stones. I say do it. I think it'd be awesome.
One thing's for sure is that I fucking convinced you that Jinbei was pretty cool.
You made me like Jinbei more than I ever have. That's true.
The comments are gonna go crazy. I'm the
you know what?
savior of the world.
I'll give you this. Ain't nobody steer a ship like Jinbei. You just nobody can do it, man. Nobody. How can they make it without Jinbei, dude? He's got to survive. He's got to survive. But okay, how are they even gonna get to Wano, man? With all those hard, like, going in straight lines and single left turns? Like, Jesus Christ! Bail out the water when the ship starts to flood? How would anyone know how to do that if Jinbei's not there? All right.
You know what the idea that you got to drain the bilge.
Yeah.
Means we need a new Straw Hat. We need a new Straw Hat with an exceptional skill in bilge draining.
Yeah, we need like a fisherman who is a sea sponge to join the crew, so we can like sponge it up like SpongeBob. We need SpongeBob crossover in One Piece.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
Bottom, next island.
Oh my god. I'm sure someone's made some memes about Bikini Bottom and Fishman Island being the same place. Okay, so I'm looking at this picture.
Just like a suburb of Fishman.
Yeah, it's a suburb. That's probably true. So I'm looking at this picture of Luffy again. Yeah, like, all right, he looks cool. He's making a command. That's fine. Let's just not get carried away here. That's all I'm saying. So Jinbei leaves. Jinbei leaves, and there we go. And there we go. And we're on to Big Mom, traveling at Mach fucking speed. She's back in the mix, baby. She's got Prospero, her boy. They're riding a very silly lizard candy boy. Everything's good. It's all good.
That her hat Napoleon does not look happy about the speed at which they're traveling.
Oh, he's very nervous about this speed. He's like, "Oh no, there's a speed limit. We're gonna get pulled over. Big Mom, you've already had 2, 3, and you'd get your driver's license taken away. No."
Yeah. Yep. So Big Mom is going to steal Luffy's soul to create powerful homies. So she's still like an evil bitch. I feel like perhaps.
Gecko Moria. Gecko fucking Moria in the house, everybody. Literally the exact same thing he said, but sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yes.
I'm just pointing out that like these are like the literal same devil fruit. Gecko Moria isn't hers, but you know, whatever.
I'm gonna make a little prediction. I'm gonna predict that the thing that stops Big Mom from catching up to them and allowing them to escape, like the rest of the crew's being like distracted by the fisherman pirates, but she is not. She's far away.
Yep.
She will be able to go past them. But then it'll be like Pudding, who will like do something to like convince her, or like memory wipe her, or like she'll do the thing.
You know what? I still think
to escape.
I still think what would be a great thing is Big Mom is headed straight for him, so something needs to stop them. I think what's going to happen is Pudding. I still think this is the most likely thing. I think it's cool, and I think it's still likely. Pudding put memory magic stuff in the cake, knowing Big Mom would eat it. And it's going to do something so that she doesn't kill them when she like gets close to the Straw Hats. That is my prediction. And
I still feel that's a bit weird, seeing how sad she was the last time we saw her.
But goddammit, something needs to happen with Pudding's memory fruit. It's been useless this whole fucking arc.
She has a magic carpet. She could fly up to Big Mom.
That doesn't even make any sense. I don't even know why the hell that thing can fly. But Christ!
It ate the flying carpet fruit.
You know, it might be simpler than that. Yeah, that's probably what it was. It might just be the fucking Jerma just show up and like they're just alive and they do it and they block it or something. Like it could happen. Like we haven't seen the end of the Jerma probably, or I don't know. Like they're really getting away. The Straw Hats. Like I think the Straw Hats will officially have escaped. Definitely by next chapter. There's like it's still a little bit unresolved because Big Mom is still on the move right now. But I feel like next chapter we've got to finally cut this thing off and be done with it.
Yeah, the chase will end, and I mean Beji's getting away. He got away on one of the ships, so he's out of the picture.
Yep, he's out. He's all safe and sound with his little baby boy with his mustache and cigar. Excellent.
So yeah, we're definitely getting to the end. I think one more chapter of like resolving Big Mom, and that would be Whole Cake Island done. I
agree. But like it's funny because like at the end here, it feels like we're like maybe we won't even get one more because like at the very end here on the last page we see a little flashback and Jinbei's like the true strength of the fishman can change the very currents of the sea, and then we get a panel of like you know how all the fishermen are like doing a big swim in formation thing to like change the waves to like allow the Straw Hats to escape. So like it feels like they really are getting away right now. And as long as something is done to deal with Big Mom, I think we're basically done here.
Yeah, I guess we could like cut to Wano right now or something.
Yeah,
and it would be like Big Mom is. We'll describe what happened later.
I agree. I think we're very close to that moment. It's again a little bit awkward. Let's just. I just want to really get to the beginning of next chapter and see the final. Like, okay, we are done here now. It is over. We're free. I feel like we've got one chapter more, and we'll do something. I would still love if we saw Katsukuri pop his head up, even just his unconscious body. I just want to see Katsukuri.
Just lift his head up and then give a little thumbs up to the camera.
Just do a little Weekend at Bernie's, puppet his corpse, and have him just give a thumbs up, as you said, turn into a donut, and then be eaten by Big Ma'am. That's that. Well, okay, so in any case, so as they're sailing away and this big ocean is separating them, we've got some narration that appears to be happening. And we've got somebody saying that, JINBEI is with the rear guard, the Straw Hats are escaping, Big Mom's fleet is halted, they're going to lose sight of the Straw Hats soon. And meanwhile, that is actually what appears to be, that might be literal narration.
Big News Morgan.
Yeah, our boy Big News Morgans, with an S actually, but I like Morgan better. Big News Morgans. He's like, haha. So they've got a little flying machine here with a bunch of birds carrying them. It's for the birds. If you follow my words.
Pirate ship. He gets his little brothers and sisters, and he
How
ties
dare
their
you
feet.
call the hero Big News Morgans a lowly pirate? He is a newsman. He is a capitalist businessman hero.
Pirate. I
Didn't
just
you
said
say
it
it
was
was
a ship?
Well, that's racist. He is. He's real. They call it a ship of enterprise, of entrepreneurship. There he goes.
An airship.
It's an airship.
Yeah,
And he loves
cool.
Luffy. He loves Luffy. And here we go. He's like, he's with Stussy. He's getting in that Stussy. That's like a pussy, only it's hers. Stussy.
Okay, you said that one.
Oh, I
before.
forgot. Yes, that's a hilarious joke that I made. And anyway, Big News Morgan's just like, hey, I support Luffy. He's a cool guy. I like watching him do stuff because one of the worst generation, which he's one of, is gonna be the Pirate King. So, oh my God, let's all jack our weens again. Someone said the words Pirate King. Oh my God.
I don't think this is that big of a statement to make.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
The worst generation, because
Blackbeard's one of them. He's a Yonko. So
yeah, Blackbeard especially. Like it's all the worst generation were introduced to be like the replacement for the old guard. The Whitebeard died. And,
yep.
And all that stuff.
I guess Morgans is saying, like, he's making a statement that like Big Mom won't do it. Fucking Shanks won't do it. It'll be a new generation boy. I mean, I don't know. That seems to be what he's saying.
But like from the perspective of the narrative, it's either going to be Luffy or Blackbeard. That either Blackbeard gets it and then Luffy takes it from him, or like Luffy gets it.
Oh God, I can't wait to learn more about Blackbeard. Oh yes.
And it's like they're both part of the worst generation. It is pretty obvious. Like if Kaido and Big Mom and Shanks haven't become the Pirate King yet, I don't see them being it.
Good point.
It's sort of like, it's just a funny bird face, and I like the panel.
This is the most serious, deadly bird face I've ever seen in my life. Oh, but by the way, I will say narratively, what I suppose just like narratively, the impact of this is that Big News Morgans might write a fucking article about how Luffy is like gonna be Pirate King or something. You know, you never know. I think does Morgans know that they have one of the poneglyph like etchings? I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
I don't think so.
But they beat the Big Mom pirates, man. They did it. So
what was I saying the other time? Like he was standing next to the book guy, and the book guy was saying, "There's no way Luffy can escape.
Yeah,
we're really cool."
We were making a point.
Only a not even Goldie Roger could escape, and it's like this is what that is sort of like linking to a bit.
Oh,
like,
we got Goldie Roger, we got
guy.
Pirate Kings. Ooh, the language is getting serious here, dude.
So he's gonna write an article saying Luffy's fucking sick, and then people are gonna be like, oh, I guess Luffy's fucking sick.
We'd been saying that like nobody would have known what happened on this island because obviously the Big Mom pirates aren't gonna write a fucking story because they control this whole place. If Big News Morgan's whole role here, I feel, was to tell the story and also to be literally the best character in all of One Piece. So both those two things.
Yes, and the fact that Stussy is there as well also means the world government knows.
Very true.
Happened.
Very, very good point, actually. Because there's probably no world government fucking allowed in there, and they fucking kill them and eat them. It's interesting to think that, like, your average person in the One Piece world, just, like, they have Marines and stuff to, like, be their policemen and stuff. But, like, on a fucking Yonko island, you ain't got that shit. You got a unique kind of contract with the Yonko that rules over you. And, of course, we talked about that at length and what it's like to live under Big Mam. I love that fucking bird face. But anyway, that's about it. We're done here. That's it for this chapter. 901. Ooh, people were saying this was like a shitty chapter, and like it definitely had some like things that I find strange and sort of object to narratively and think are dumb, like with the bait and switch at the very beginning with the ship. But interesting things happened here, and
this was not like a nothing chapter like
not at all. Maybe people just are saying what I'm saying and like have harsh criticisms, which I do. But I come away from this chapter being pretty like ready for more. Like, yeah, I'm jazzed up to know what's going on next in One Piece. It's in no way like oh, One Piece sucks now. Dead. 0 out of 10. I want more. I want to know more, man. That's just how One Piece is. Every time. Yeah. Well, that's it.
Fucking time.
That's it. That's all I got. 901. There should be a chapter next week, so we'll be back next week hopefully. And we're doing this one late, so hopefully in a mere couple of days we'll have a new chapter.
Yes, and you guys listening should go to our Patreon.
Indeed. I don't want to hear
Patreon and pledge hundreds of doubloons.
These fucking freeloaders in our goddamn Discord claiming to be members of our unsanctioned pirate allies. Oh, don't be an ally. Allies are shit. Be a real crew member by giving us money to get real status.
On our Discord, I said something in passing a while ago. Which
they
like,
stuck to that. Man.
It's sort of like the patrons are like the core crew members, and then all the non-patrons are like the division commanders of like the
Hajudeen and the Cavendish and whatnot.
Yeah, they're all part of the podcast Grand Fleet.
Yep. And just as Luffy did not sanction or desire these partners, so too is it with us and these freeloaders in our Discord who have given themselves division commander titles. You fucking scum.
It's very confusing. I would encourage you to go and join the Discord and ask what the fuck. And also patron us so that you can be part of the real crew.
Yeah, those are the real boys. If you want to find One Piece, you got to give us money.
Discord bonuses for patrons.
Yep.
Special chats where nothing happens except we say things. We say secret things like, haha.
We talk major shit on all those lowly non-money boys. And so it shall be, forevermore. All right, that's it, everybody. Thanks for listening. That was a doozy. We'll see you next week. Should be another episode, or maybe later this week. I don't fucking know. All right, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Patreon.com/thepodcastpirates. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.